I mean, this is like extra. Everything is super traumatic and scary. So, um, still working on my thing. Oh my lord. And the good news, I've been eating well. I did purchase some deli meat yesterday, so I had a turkey sandwich for lunch. Um, Now, yesterday or the day before yesterday, y'all know I had stuff going on in the background. There was Tim, formerly Tim De La Ghetto, right? Married to Chia from Canada. And evidently he's making pretty good money. He supports his family. They got 2 kids, purchased a nice house, take good care of both parents on both sides of the family. Um, he's Filipino. She's Eritrean and Salvadorian. And just beautiful, you look at all the love songs that he made for her and the family, and it's just, a beautiful relationship. And recently, oh, I don't know what to do, you guys. This is so bad. Recently, oh my God. Recently, he talked about, Jesus. Well, she talked about, they were talking about relationships and things that she appreciates that he does. And one of those things was that he kills bugs. I think any female that's a female that hasn't been hardened by life, and even those that have been, I've been hardened by life, but I would still like to go back to the submissive part where I could have some dude just come and kill bugs for me, right? Provided that it's within reason, but this is crazy. So, she mentions that she went into, and he was shocked too. The house looks pretty nice from what you can see, right? But she went into a bathroom or something, and she just started screaming like a crazy person. I can understand this because, like I said, I've had too many situations. But come to find out what it was, and this is another reason why, he's the one for her, because he kills bugs with his hands. I think that's absolutely disgusting. But, and huge bugs too. So, oh, I have to talk this out. So if you're wondering why I'm doing this, I have to talk it out because this is traumatizing me. So what ends up happening is, she screams. He comes to see, of course, what's going on. See what he can do to come and rescue the situation for his wifey. And it's a huge bug. And they're both surprised because, y'all, this may sound familiar to you guys. A bug looks like a cockroach, except it's huge. It's about the size of a thumb. And it has a lot. And then De La Ghetto was like, yeah, it had a lot of girth to it. So it's a palmetto bug. And, they told their neighbors, they were just like, oh, they in the sewers and whatever. And Chia was like, she really considered, this is awful. I don't know what's wrong with my life. Chia said that she really considered moving after that. She said she's going to move, but she saw another one. And my thing was like, move, girl, move. That's what I was thinking. So me sitting here working on my stuff, slowly but surely, next thing I hear is plop. I hear the plop, and it's a flying palmetto bug, the big, thick one that's about the size of. Now, I've experienced this before, Hollywood, Florida. There was a guy that was renting a trailer, right? Oh, my whole life is since legal, my whole life is pretty much semi-homeless. So, and I'm out of breath because of the fear and trauma. So it plops, and I see it fly, and I just lose my mind. I mean, literally, and it's right by the fly swatter, so I couldn't grab the fly swatter, but I go crazy and start yelling and hitting the bug and saying, ah, until it's dead. Now, the thing that bothers me a little bit, this is my therapy session, is that, this girl, girl, move. Why would you subject yourself to that if you don't have to, And for me, I feel like I'm so stuck, like they have money, they can just move. I feel so stuck. I don't know. My life is like, it's awful. And it's like so scary to the point where, have you ever had your armpits itch? And I took a shower and everything today, so that's no. But it's like, it's so scary to the point that it made whatever humidity in my body, my armpit just starts to tingle, And it's like, it's horrifying. It's literally a horror story. And like I said, I ran across that old video um, of those palmetto bugs flying at that place, and you could see it. It was like they lived in the bathroom behind the mirror, and it was horrifying. And it got to the point where it's so bad, I didn't even say anything. I took a little rolling cart and I walked away. I just walked away. I couldn't anymore. And it was so bad. And, the guy was just like, where are you going? Whatever you need. I was just, I couldn't say anything. I was that horrified. It was awful. Awful. And what did I do from there? I don't know. I lived on the street, I guess. I don't know what I did, but it was awful. And I don't know what to do. I wouldn't do that here because I have so much stuff. Like, so much stuff. It's stuff that I actually want, and not only that, but it's because not even just that I actually want, but I wanted this chapter of my life to close nicely. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what else is gonna happen. All I know is that I can't continue to live my life like I did the first part of my adulthood of my life, because it's all employment related. I'm trying to get this done. I'm trying to get this out, and it's working slowly but surely. And even if it's steady and slowly but surely, I'm still scared. I'm scared because I don't know what's going to happen as a result of this. And on top of that, there's a ticking clock, which is like a ticking time bomb, a ticking clock going along. Like my time, I'm on borrowed time. It's almost like the employment thing has you like in a hostage situation because you have to do it, and you're trying to um, not detonate, but it's trying to de-detonate, or make it so that it doesn't go off. So you're trying your best to address it because you're just like, you've lived X amount of years like in this ticking time bomb type of situation, and no, it can't continue. You have to defuse it or whatever. You have to de-detonate. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but hopefully y'all do. But you have to um, disarm the situation, disarm the bomb. And the only way to do it is not to fear everything and run, because you can run, but that bomb has a far reach. So you have to sit there and you have to de-detonate it. But then the thing is that you have all kinds of things kind of working. It's like when you were little, if you were born in the 70s, there was a game called Operation. When you were little, and you had to carefully remove these little pieces from this little thing without touching the sides, because it'll make the thing buzz, right? And that's how this is. It's like trying to detonate a bomb, and you have to be very careful, because if not, you're gonna make something buzz. And it's so many moving pieces to it. Like for one, there's a time limit on everything. There's a time limit in responding to the employer. There's a time limit where if they get spooked or scared, they may retaliate even more than they've already retaliated. Then there's a time limit that you got bills to pay. My credit and stuff was looking pretty good. I was up in the 700s, and now my shit is fucked up again. And yesterday was a day that things were due, and I didn't, because I really wanted to finish this. It's like you get so focused on it. And then today I did take a shower again, because I was like, okay, what it is that I'm spending too much you have to take a break away from it. And when I say break, it's not a real break. It's just taking a shower, which means getting up from the seat and moving away from this visually here, because other things are falling apart. So it's like, and then you can't just say, well, I'll just go get a lawyer, because the lawyer is going to want to have proof and want to have all your documentation. And, if you really don't have money, they're going to halfway do shit. So you have to at least get it to a point where it's really easy for them to follow, if that's what they're going to do, right? But then you don't have time to do that, because you have to have money, in the meantime, and then you don't really want to trust them with it at all. You want them to kind of be the sidekick, where if you need information, you can reach out and find the appropriate person. It's just so much, you guys. And it's like, but I feel like I have to address it, because the alternative is I don't address it. I just move on and let them go. But each time that happens, the situations get stupider and stupider. It's the same situations over and over again with different people in its place. And then what ends up happening, again, it has an effect on me mentally and spiritually and socially and financially and health wise, So I have to do something about it, I have to. And it's like, it's a hard situation for me, because you have to do something about it, but in the meantime, everything else is falling. And then in the back of your mind, you're like, what if you taking all this time and it fails, And I know I had a situation before where I said I was going to try to go ahead and address it, but it took me, because at that particular job, it was a year or so I had been there, so it was a whole bunch more stuff. And the way that it exited was the guy said, well, nobody will ever know. You know what I'm saying? And didn't want that to be true, but I had to get over the fact that somebody would actually say that, on a recorded video. But of course, they can edit it any way they want to. But it's just like, man, are you serious? And by the time I got over that, I had to get more money. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go back to work and expose. And it's almost like you attract that stuff if you keep, and I can't anymore. I cannot. I cannot. So it's like it's do or die season, you know, and it's fear, fear everything and run, or face everything and rise. So I guess if I lose everything, I mean, I've been homeless before, so what more is there? Um, I just, and I hate to ask that because, like I said, the way that my life works, if I say, what more is there? Or whatever, God will say, you want to know? And then it's like some mean ass joke and he'll make something crazy happen. But I'm just so, but the one relieving thing is it's not just me. It was good to see that, what's the name, Chia and Tim, they had a problem with bugs too. Well, here and there. But this is just, because I was starting to feel like I'm under a pestilence or something. Like, what's going on with me, But that's horrifying. If you've never experienced the flying palmetto bug, you don't know what bug horror is. That is absolutely horrifying. It's enough to, it cleared out. I screamed so loud it cleared all the phlegm out of my throat. But anyhow, yeah. So I'm gonna go back to this, but that was really scary, guys. I mean, real scary. It was very scary.